Then he returned to Germany, where he assembled 7 disciples. This group founded the Fraternity of the Rosy Cross. They agreed to bring knowledge to different parts of the world. They lived in separate countries, where they might influence the right people. These are the things they agreed upon: to adopt the initials RC as their seal and not distinguish themselves by any particular costume, to profess nothing but to cure the sick without payment, to meet annually in Germany, to nominate their successors before dying, and to keep the fraternity secret. Some of the Rosicrucian texts talk about restoring a true Christianity based on the understanding of Holy Scripture, which could be attained by means of the Jewish Kabbalah. Some of the books are devoted to the Holy Bible, the characters of which are said to contain images that are keys to an understanding of science and nature. Here's a reading from one of those texts. These characters and letters, as God hath here and there incorporated them in the Holy Scriptures, the Bible, so that like as the mathematician and astronomer can long before see and know the eclipses which are to come, so we may verily foreknow and foresee the darkness of obscurations of the church, and how long they shall last. From which characters or letters we have borrowed our magic writing, and have found out and made a new language for ourselves, in which is expressed and declared the nature of all things, so that it is no wonder that we are not so eloquent in other languages, which we know are altogether disagreeing to the language of our forefathers Adam and Enoch, and were through the Babylonical confusion wholly hidden. Now what can we get from that quote? We can see that the order fully understood that the so-called religious texts had been perverted by different groups over time for their own gain. Confusing the masses for the lowest purposes, many sacred books got ripped apart and rewritten by elites. Just like today, and in our recent past, most religious text has been ruined for the common man. And the humans who had learned from these books rejected them, while keeping to their own self-serving interests of service to said leaders, and the unimportant want for security, whether physical, mental, or spiritual. Moving on, we read, Wherefore we do admonish everyone for to read diligently and continually the Holy Bible. For he that taketh all his pleasure therein, he shall know that he prepared for himself an excellent way to come to our fraternity. For as this is the whole sum and content of our rule, every letter or character which is in the world ought to be learned and regarded well. So those are like unto us, and are very near aligned unto us, who do make the Holy Bible a rule of their life, and an aim and end of all their studies. Let it be a compendium and content of the whole world, and not only to have it continually in the mouth, but to know how to apply and direct the true understanding of it to all times and ages of the world. Now the last part of this quote is of utmost importance. To know how to apply and direct the true understanding of the Bible to all times and ages. Reading that, one will come to the conclusion that the major Christian religions of the world are full of people that, from the top to the lowest portion, do not know how to direct true understanding of the book. Continuing on, quote, We do openly witness and acknowledge that from the beginning of the world there hath not been given unto men a more worthy, a more excellent, and more admirable and wholesome book than the Bible. Blessed is he that has found the same, yet more blessed is he who reads it diligently. But most blessed of all is he that truly understandeth, for he is most like to God, and does come most near to him. End quote. This is perfectly stated by someone who truly understands the nature of man. Most blessed is he that truly understands says a lot. Doesn't that still ring true today? Most blessed is he that truly understands. Please bear with me. because a lot of this needs to be discussed by those who consider themselves experts on the Rosicrucians and all the orders that spring forth throughout history from this very doctrine. Remember, most blessed is he that truly understands. Moving on through the doctrine as quickly as possible, I am going to read from a portion of the doctrine entitled The Higher Alchemy. The Rosicrucians, according to the public encyclopedias and other works of reference, are held to have been devoted to the subject of alchemy. And indeed this statement is correct. But the modern compilers of such reference books have fallen into the error of supposing that the alchemy referred to was performed wholly upon the plane of matter and concerned wholly with the transmutation of elements. They are ignorant of the fact that the alchemy which attracted the Rosicrucians, and which took up most of their time and attention, was mental alchemy and spiritual alchemy, something quite different indeed, though having a course of correspondence to the material alchemy, according to the law of correspondence. The student of the present book will discover this fact, and will receive many valuable hints concerning the higher forms of alchemy, providing he is prepared to read between the lines of the text and to reason by analogy. In this connection, as above, so below, will be found to work out well.